Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the gentlelady from New York. Mr. Speaker, 70 years ago, United Mine Workers President John L. Lewis, a lifetime Republican, crossed party lines to work with President Roosevelt and his administration to make a deal, ending a nationwide coal strike. And the deal ended up promising health and pension benefits for miners in this country in exchange for their lifetime of hard work. It's a promise that the federal government has kept since then, every year, no matter who the president, no matter who's in control of the Congress. It's a promise that our nation has kept every single year for 70 years. But, Mr. Speaker, that's about to change. Right now, 22,500 coal miners in West Virginia, in Ohio, in my own home state of Pennsylvania, and across coal country are facing a complete loss of their health and pension benefits during 2017. It breaks a long-time promise between the coal industry, its workers, and the federal government. The continuing resolution before us purports to fix this problem by ensuring that 16,300 miners who would lose their health care on December 31st are taken care of. However, this is only a short-term Band-Aid 4-month patch for health care, which leaves miners worse off in April than they are today. And most importantly, this CR does absolutely nothing to solve the pension problem. This in return for a lifetime of hard and dangerous work. There are actual long-term solutions available that this body should be considering. The Miners Protection Act would fix both the health care and pensions for miners permanently, and I repeat, it fixes the problems permanently. Mr. Speaker, there's absolutely no reason for the short-term patch the majority is proposing here today. Miners across Pennsylvania have risked their health and safety to secure a better life for their families. They dedicated their careers to ensuring that U.S. factories have the energy to continue to work, and our homes, schools, and workplaces can keep their lights on. This country became a great country on the backs of hard-working coal miners. We should not be turning our backs on them now. Mr. Speaker, the great American lawyer Clarence Darrow came to Scranton in the midst of one of these coal strikes, and he got to know the coal miners. Here's what he said about them. These are men who toil while other men grow rich, men who go down into the earth and face greater dangers than men who go out upon the sea or out upon the land in battle, men who have little to hope for, little to think of, excepting work. These are men like any others, who in the midst of sorrow, travail, and a severe and cruel crisis demean nobly, as bravely, as loyally as any body of men who ever lived and suffered and died for the benefit of the generations that are yet to come. Darrow was right, Mr. Speaker. We need to protect the health care and pensions of our miners and create new jobs throughout our coal regions. The common-sense bipartisan Miners Protection Act would give miners across Pennsylvania and the rest of coal country the peace of mind of knowing that the retirements they worked all their lives for are secure. Mr. Speaker, we cannot continue to fix our partisan spending issues at the expense of the American worker. We have to keep the promises we made to our hardworking men and women, and that is why I urge my colleagues to do just that and agree to this motion and to defeat the previous questions so that we can bring up and include important legislation to protect our coal miners' pensions and health care. With that, I yield back the balance of my time.